Francis, it's amazing. I mean, just 2 years ago, you were making your UFC debut, and now you're fighting for the heavyweight title. What has this run been like for you to get to this point so fast?
Sometimes I feel like it's normal because even before my UFC debut, I was also always believe in myself. I always even before start sport in my life. I always believe that I can do something really great, and then that's probably the reason that I start sport, because I feel, when you feel something in you and something that you can't explain it, yeah, so you just have to do it to show people. It's the more way to let people know what you feel is to do it.
No doubt. Along the way, I think people saw you and said, he may be special, he may be a champion. But was there a moment for sure when you said, no, not may, I am. I am good enough to be the heavyweight champion of the world?
I always say that, and then I always said that, but sometimes for people, he seem like your cookie. Yes, I was like, yes, he's cookie. So there are sometimes I keep my feeling for me, but I really know on my mind what's gonna happen. I know in my mind what I'm gonna do, what I want to do, and what I have to do. So I keep it and keep looking forward. Even for my first fight in UFC, after that, the post fight, my English wasn't like now, but I still try to say I'm here to be the champ. But when you're just coming for just do your first fight, I was just like, that guy is talking too much. But at the time, I really believe it. I really trust on myself. Yeah, so that's like the main thing that I always work with it. When I started the sport, there were no one believe on me when I start doing sport in my life. When I said I'm gonna do boxing, I'm gonna become the world champion, and people are just like, "Hey man, calm down," that is too much dream. And now I keep doing, and people start joining me on the goal and start believe on me, and now it seems like some people believe on me more than me. They're just like, "You're gonna be the UFC champ." I was like, "Yes, I know, but thank you." Yes, so it's just like, you can take time, but at the end of the day, make people understand what you want to say.
As you continue along in your career, you get more attention, more interviews, more cameras, more just responsibilities. Do you find any of that difficult or tough to deal with? Do you enjoy it? Or because you always seem like kind of a quiet, reserved guy, is it tough to maybe give away some of that privacy?
Yes, he was really tough because I'm a very reserved as guy. I'm like maybe quiet. I don't know, but when I started MMA, and then people start follow me on Facebook, and I was like, why these people follow me? The people that I don't know, I don't know them. And they was like, no, you're gonna do it. I was like, no, I'm gonna change my Facebook. My Facebook is just for my friend and family. And they was like, no, you have to deal with it. This is your new life. If you decide to do a sport, you will become famous. And then if you become famous, you have to deal with all this. This is the part of your job. And then for these few years, I've been trying making myself with it.
You made a big choice to come out here to Las Vegas, to live here, move away from what you knew, train here at the Performance Institute. How difficult was that for you to walk away from France, leave that behind, and find yourself in a new home?
It was difficult, but not that much. I did this before, and then all my whole life, my entire life was almost like this, moving forward, try to step. It will never be easy to step to take a big decision, but I know exactly what I want, and I know what I have to do to have what I want, and then it wasn't that difficult, because the most difficult one was when I left my family in Cameroon and then move away without know where I'm going. Just start working like, okay, I have to find myself. I don't know how, but I have to do something. I'm not gonna stay longer. I want to do something, and I have it. I have something in me that I want to explain it. So let's find a way, the right way to do it. And it seemed like I started to get that way.
Your family, you mentioned your family in Cameroon. I mean, do they have any idea of just how big of a star you are becoming? Because I know that MMA isn't really a huge thing there yet. So do they comprehend and understand how big your profile really is?
It took time, but now they start to understand. Obviously, when my mom became famous in town, because everyone was like, "Hey, this is Cham mom," and then just can be nice with her, and then she really realized like something happened. What is that? That's like, your son is somewhere doing really great. So yes, they realize, and then basically, in Cameroon, they don't have like UFC fighter, and then there are some proud, it's some proud countries. So when they see their flag, when they see their brother somewhere, they really follow that, and then start pay attention of that, and then. Now they are really I really have a big support from Cameroon, but it took time.
You've got a company like Bodyarmor that's using you as a national brand ambassador and representing. What does it mean for you for a company to put you front and center, that they want you to represent their company?
It's some of those great things, It's not just about what they'll give you, but it's the philosophy of the thing, That means they believe on you. That means they put that the whole market, the entire commercial, all that thing, they put it on you. They believe on you, and that's something very grateful. Yes. Is sometimes commercial or advertisers, it's not like this, but they really engage and show the whole world that, okay, we are behind this guy. So I think that is something really interesting, and you need to deserve it more than you are, So something great, and they are looking forward. They are support me very well. Every time, before Bodyarmor, sometime I forgot to go to the grocery store, buy the water. But now I have my fridge, my water, my everything in it in my house. So I just put it right here next to my how they call it?
Couch?
Next to my couch. So I open the fridge, take what I want. It's cool, it's easy. And then when I work to the PI, they just have someone right there in the entry, in the nutrition zone, in the workout zone, so easier.
What's the best flavor?
My best flavor used to be orange mango, but it's kind of like confused between orange mango, tropical punch, and blackout berry. It's really confused to choice, so I can't say I have three best flavor.
Well done. A lot's been made of your work here at the Performance Institute, that it's kind of become your gym and your home. What is the biggest thing that you think that they've helped you with? What's the biggest improvement you've been able to make working here at the Performance Institute?
First of all, the biggest thing that I have to being working here in the Performance Institute is to have my peace, my quiet. I like to be quiet, to be somewhere with no one around who want to, I don't know, sometime in the gym, in most of gym, there are a lot of argue or something like that, but yeah, you can have that. And then I really believe that it's not the gym who's gonna make me become a champ. It's myself. It's how I work. It's all that is about me. The gym might help me, but all is about me. And then my favorite, the best part for me of all that thing is to be relaxed, to have my mind mental easy, not have nothing upset me, and then I can go to the war.
I think people were a little bit surprised to hear that you're going to finish your camp back in Paris, knowing how much you're enjoying it here. So can you talk about the decision, why you made that decision, why that's the right call for you to go back to Paris and finish your training?
I thought about go to Paris for my last training camp, but I didn't. And then now I've been here for 8 months already, and then I have some fight coming on. First of all, my team is still there, so my main team is still in Paris. The way to every training is done. Now I'm not gonna work some technique or something for this fight. It's all about to set a little thing up. So that is something that I think that I can do it in Paris, and obviously gonna help me relax a little bit, take breath, and then come back. I'm ready for my training camp again against Overeem. I knew that this could happen, so I be prepared for both fights. That's why that fight was mentally difficult for me, because I couldn't avoid myself to fight, to have two people in my mind, Overeem and Stipe. But now it seems like easy because I put Overeem out, and then I just get Stipe, and I'm gonna put it out.
So let's talk about Stipe. What do you see in him as a fighter? I mean, obviously he's the champion for a reason. Overeem was a big test, and you looked phenomenal there. Do you think Stipe is a tougher test? Is he the best fighter you've ever faced?
No, I think Overeem was. I always think that Overeem was the best. Overeem is the best striker in this division. I mean, after me, because I'm the best. Yes. You say he's the champion for the reason. Yes, you're right. He's a champion for the reason. He's the champion because the real champ wasn't there, and now the real champ is on his way, and he's not gonna be the champion as long.
I think people know that if it's a striking fight, you're very dangerous. But people, I think he might wrestle. Are you expecting him to wrestle a lot? And how
Yes,
prepared are
of
you
course.
for that?
I mean, for all my fights, my opponent always expect to wrestle with me. My UFC debut, I fought some guy who was the Brazilian national team wrestling. I didn't even know that this guy was a wrestler, but I deal with it. I defend 4 takedown. I mean, and then with Stipe now, in these past 2 years, I've been learning a lot about wrestling and other stuff. Of course, he's a good wrestler, but my little technique plus my power, I can stop it anywhere I want, when I want. Every single thing that he will try, I'll stop it, and I'll put my trap everywhere. So he might bring himself in the trap, and I'll just close the trap.
After the Overeem fight, we saw some amazing footage. You and Fernand working on the left hand. The actual punch that you used to score the knockout. Are you guys already working on some secret techniques and last-second combinations for Stipe?
No, all that is not like secret technique. Because when you say working up for secret technique, you prepare yourself to go right there just with uppercut. You prepare yourself with everything, get ready for everything. So as the way that if the opportunity can be the right cross, the left cross, the straight right, or whatever, you are able to take it. So that's how I prepare myself. That's how I train. I'm going there. I expect to knock him out. But if this guy try wrestling or something, I was looking forward to finish the fight other way, by submission, So that wasn't a secret technique, and it's just the thing is just like And I know that I have a really good boxing. I'm working on it. I always try to understand how those things work, how to increase my power in the punch, how to manipulate my opponent, how to bring it in my zone, how to make a mistake. So that is more how I work. Yes. So it's just something that everyone did uppercut of the training. Everyone did right or jab on in the training, but doesn't win the fight with it. But if you win the fight with it, that doesn't mean that was a secret. So I prepare. I do a lot. All my arsenal of weapons, and then the day I use the weapon that was appropriate for the circumstances.
Last thing for me, what will this moment mean to you, Francis, knowing that you've always had the confidence that you said, I'm going to be champion. I know I'm going to be champion. So when it happens, what will this mean? I mean, is this reaching the top for you? Is this fulfilling the dream? Or is this just the start of maybe, so much more in your career?
It's something very important. You can't say that this doesn't mean nothing. No, you're wrong. It's very important. But does this mean anything? No, this is just one step. Everything that I did or I'm doing is just one step of the following of what I'm gonna do. I'm not just look to beat Stipe and be the champ and be like I'm accomplished. No, I'm looking forward to do something really big. To do some, I don't know what, but maybe something that somewhat never did it.